I've, of course, tapped the phone at his hotel.
Of course. I should.
Exploring the life of Bob Crane reveals unexpected layers of complexity, especially regarding his wife and her awareness of his secretive existence. While Bob Crane starred as Colonel Hogan, the charismatic leader in Hogan's Heroes, his off-screen life painted a different, more complicated picture. Behind the charm he projected on television, a hidden world unfolded that involved multiple relationships and a fascination with adult entertainment. His marriage to Anne suggested a shared life that may not have included the full scope of Crane's interests. As Crane engaged in various affairs, the question arises, how much did Anne really know about his double life? While she maintained the image of a supportive spouse, subtle hints point to a deeper unease. Friends and family remarked on changes in Crane's behavior and the strain it placed on their marriage. Details have emerged suggesting that Anne had suspicions about Crane's late-night escapades, especially as he mingled with people in the entertainment industry known for their wild lifestyles. These elements reveal a complex dynamic filled with secrets, making one ponder the true extent of awareness and complicity in a life that was anything but ordinary.
You're going out of here with us tonight, but first I've got to be sure. Did you or did you not form...
Colonel Klink is a central character in the television series Hogan's Heroes, which aired in 1965. His primary focus is on maintaining smooth operations at Stalag 13, a German POW camp during World War II. Klink is often portrayed as bumbling and inept, yet he is determined to avoid trouble with his superiors. His main concern is to prevent any incidents that could lead to his reassignment to the front lines, which he fears greatly. This fear drives many of his decisions and interactions with the other characters, particularly with Colonel Hogan and his crew, who are constantly plotting against him. The filming of Hogan's Heroes took place in various locations that contributed to the show's unique atmosphere. The indoor scenes were primarily shot at Desilu Studios, a well-known production facility that was home to many classic television shows. The outdoor scenes were filmed at the 40 Acres backlot in Culver City, California. This location provided a versatile setting that allowed the production team to create the illusion of a German POW camp. The combination of these filming locations helped to establish the show's distinctive look and feel, making it a memorable part of television history.
Small arms factory in Hammelburg will be attacked by saboteurs.
During the early production of Hogan's Heroes, the decision was made to always depict a winter setting. This choice was primarily to prevent continuity issues that could arise from changing seasons. As a result, the actors often found themselves wearing heavy coats even during the sweltering summer heat. This unique aspect of the show added a layer of authenticity to the storyline, as it was set in a German POW camp during World War II. The winter backdrop became a signature element of the series, contrasting with the comedic situations that unfolded within the camp. Additionally, the leather jacket worn by Bob Crane, who played Colonel Hogan, has an interesting history. This jacket was originally worn by the legendary Frank Sinatra in the film Von Ryan's Express. The jacket's journey did not end there, as it later made an appearance on screen with actor Greg Kinnear in the film Autofocus. This connection to notable figures in film history adds a fascinating layer to the wardrobe of Hogan's Heroes, linking the show to the broader tapestry of Hollywood storytelling. The jacket not only served as a costume piece, but also as a symbol of the show's unique blend of humor and historical context. Werner Klemperer, Howard Kane, Leon Askin, and John Banner, who portrayed the main German characters in Hogan's Heroes, shared a significant background. All four actors were Jewish and had served in the U.S. Armed Forces during World War II. This unique perspective influenced their performances and the overall tone of the show. Klemperer, in particular, had specific conditions for his role as Colonel Klink. He insisted that the character never succeed in any of his schemes, which added a layer of humor and irony to the portrayal of a German officer during a time when the war had deeply affected many lives. The show, while comedic, allowed these actors to navigate their complex identities and experiences through their roles. Their performances contributed to a narrative that was both entertaining and reflective of their personal histories, making Hogan's Heroes a notable series in television history. The blend of comedy and the actors' backgrounds created a unique dynamic that resonated with audiences.
The key at once.
Night scenes in the television series Hogan's Heroes were creatively filmed using a technique known as day for night. This method allowed the production team to shoot scenes that were meant to appear as if they took place at night while filming during the day. However, this technique often resulted in noticeable sun-cast shadows, which could sometimes break the illusion of nighttime. Despite this, the charm of the show remained intact, and viewers were drawn into the comedic antics of the characters. In addition to the unique filming techniques, the series also employed a playful approach to character identification through the use of code names. These code names were inspired by fairy tales, adding a whimsical touch to the military setting of the show. For instance, characters were given names like Papa Bear, Goldilocks, and Little Red Riding Hood. The main character, Colonel Hogan, was assigned the code name Goldilocks, which not only reflected his clever and resourceful nature, but also added a layer of humor to the series. This creative choice contributed to the light-hearted tone of Hogan's Heroes, making it a memorable part of television history.
Box.
And they obviously got in touch with the Gestapo, otherwise Hochstetter wouldn't be here.
Well, I'm glad it's over.
Initially, the production team of Hogan's Heroes faced challenges in creating realistic snow effects for the show. To achieve the wintry look, they first used salt as a substitute for snow. This method, however, had its limitations and did not provide the desired visual effect. As the series progressed, the team adapted their approach by applying white paint patches on roofs and the ground, particularly in areas that experienced high foot traffic. This technique allowed for a more convincing snowy landscape that enhanced the overall aesthetic of the show. In terms of the show's setting, Hogan's Heroes was originally conceived to take place in an American jail. However, the creative team decided to rework the concept to a World War II setting. This change was made to avoid any potential conflict with another NBC show that was also set in a prison environment. By shifting the narrative to a POW camp in Germany, the series not only distinguished itself from other programs, but also provided a unique backdrop for the comedic antics of Colonel Hogan and his fellow prisoners. The combination of clever writing and innovative production techniques contributed to the show's lasting appeal and success.
My secret papers. Imagine forgetting a thing like that. I'm sure
The instrumental march that opened and closed episodes of Hogan's Heroes is well known for its catchy tune, but it also had secret lyrics that added a unique twist to the show. A quartet of cast members even released an album featuring popular songs from the 1940s, showcasing their musical talents and connecting the series to the era it humorously depicted. This blend of music and comedy was a hallmark of the show, enhancing its appeal to audiences. Werner Klemperer, who played Colonel Klink, was known for his sharp sense of humor. He often displayed this humor in playful interactions, such as when he would scold a nervous waiter in a light-hearted manner. This behavior was reminiscent of his character's antics on the show, where Klink often found himself in amusing situations, trying to maintain order in the chaotic environment of the POW camp. Klemperer's ability to infuse humor into his role made Colonel Klink a memorable character, and his comedic timing contributed significantly to the show's charm. The combination of the catchy theme song and Klemperer's humor created a delightful viewing experience that resonated with audiences during its original run and continues to be appreciated today.
Shh, not a word. I'm not a talker.
Our records show that this area...
Bob Crane was seen as an ideal leading man during his time on the television series Hogan's Heroes. He was well-liked and charming, embodying the image of a typical family man. His daughter described him as someone who seemed to have it all together, projecting a wholesome persona that resonated with audiences. However, beneath this polished exterior lay a hidden life that starkly contrasted with his public image. Crane struggled with sex addiction, a fact that remained largely unknown to the public until after his tragic murder in 1978. He recorded encounters with numerous women, creating a secret world that was at odds with the family man he portrayed on screen. This duality in his life raises questions about the nature of celebrity and the pressures that come with fame. The revelation of his secret life shocked many, as it revealed the complexities of a man who was both a beloved television star and someone grappling with personal demons. The contrast between his public persona and private struggles paints a vivid picture of the challenges faced by those in the spotlight.
How is the strudel situation tonight?
Forget it, that's only for special occasions.
Crane experienced two significant marriages in his life. His first marriage was to his high school sweetheart, and together they had 3 children. This relationship was foundational for him, but it eventually ended. Following this, he married Patricia Olson. Patricia was aware of Crane's struggles with addiction, particularly his obsession with sex, and his relationships with multiple partners. Despite these challenges, she maintained that they had a happy marriage. Patricia's acceptance of Crane's lifestyle choices was notable, as it showed her understanding of his complexities. She seemed to embrace the good moments they shared, even in the face of his personal battles. Their relationship was marked by a unique dynamic, where love coexisted with the realities of Crane's life. This acceptance played a crucial role in their marriage, allowing them to navigate the ups and downs together. The bond they formed was significant, reflecting a blend of affection and resilience in the face of adversity.
We are pressing our luck, bringing a guy into camp in daylight, Colonel.
Can't waste time. Every hour's important. We need a diversion.
Despite the popularity of Hogan's Heroes, a comedic television series set in a German POW camp during World War II, there was a hidden side to its star, Bob Crane, that remained unknown to many, including his family and friends. Crane, who played the charming and clever Colonel Hogan, led a double life that was far removed from the lighthearted antics of the show. While audiences adored his character's clever schemes and humorous interactions with the bumbling German guards, Crane was secretly indulging in a lifestyle that revolved around his passion for photography and a series of intimate relationships. His fascination with capturing candid moments often led him to engage in activities that would shock those who thought they knew him. Friends and family were completely unaware of the extent of his secret life, which included a collection of explicit photographs and a penchant for swinging parties. This stark contrast between his public persona and private actions created a complex narrative that few could have imagined. The disconnect between Crane's on-screen charm and off-screen reality highlights the often hidden struggles and secrets that can exist behind the facade of fame. As the series continued to gain popularity, Crane's personal life became increasingly complicated, yet he managed to maintain the image of a beloved television star, leaving those closest to him in the dark about his true self.
You've had your laugh. It was not done to insult you. We are looking for a traitor. Oh, you suspected she was a...
Hogan's Heroes, the beloved 1965 television series, continues to resonate with audiences, blending humor and creativity to craft a unique narrative set against the backdrop of World War II. At its core, the show revolves around Colonel Hogan, portrayed by Bob Crane, who leads a group of American prisoners in a German POW camp, Stalag 13. His interactions with Colonel Klink, played by Werner Klemperer, are charmingly comical, demonstrating a dynamic that has been praised for its wit and cleverness. Critics and fans alike appreciate how the show's humor strikes a balance between absurdity and ingenuity. The series, while undeniably zany and inventive, does not lean into unnecessary darkness, but rather offers a playful critique of wartime dynamics. Many viewers note that it effectively portrays the German characters without reducing them to mere villains. Klink is depicted as pompous yet bumbling, providing a humorous foil to Hogan's cunning operations. This nuanced approach to character development serves to highlight themes of resilience and cleverness amidst adversity, making Hogan's Heroes noteworthy in its portrayal of war not simply as a backdrop for comedy, but as a framework for camaraderie and ingenuity. Additionally, the show has garnered a multi-generational fan base. Many fans reflect on their family's history with the series, sharing stories of how it was a favorite in their households. For instance, viewers like a grandchild of a World War II veteran express nostalgia and warmth towards the show's ability to connect family members through laughter. Furthermore, many fans report that they continue to watch and quote the series, indicating its enduring relevance and universal appeal. However, not all perspectives endorse the show unconditionally. Some critics raise concerns about the show's premise and the potential trivialization of such a heavy historical context. They argue that while the series avoids overtly negative portrayals, it risks oversimplifying complex wartime realities by framing them through a comedic lens. This has sparked debates about whether comedy can adequately respect or reflect the gravity of war, suggesting that while the show charms many with its lighthearted approach, others potentially find it at odds with expectations of historical representation. Despite such criticisms, specific praises are often echoed in reviews celebrating the series as one of television's wittiest creations. Viewers consistently highlight the clever writing, sharp dialogue, and memorable performances. The camaraderie among the characters, including Sergeant Schultz, vividly portrayed by John Banner, is frequently noted as a particular delight. Schultz's persona as the affable guard, who often inadvertently aids Hogan's schemes, adds layers to the humor, offering both comedic relief and a sense of warmth that helps humanize the narrative. In conclusion, Hogan's Heroes remains a beloved classic that showcases the power of humor to both entertain and provoke thought. While it captures the camaraderie, cleverness, and charm of its characters, it also raises questions about the appropriateness of its comedic lens on serious historical themes. Ultimately, the series stands as a testament to its time, resonating with viewers across generations who find joy in its timeless humor and creative storytelling. Whether one sees it as a simple comedy or a more complex commentary, Hogan's Heroes certainly leaves an indelible mark on television history and continues to inspire laughter and reflection in equal measure.
To a telephone.
Who are these people, Hogan?
As the laughter fades and the credits roll on Hogan's Heroes, there is more to uncover behind the scenes of that beloved series. What happened to the charismatic cast members once the show ended? Did they ride the wave of fame or find new paths away from the spotlight? Join us as we dive deeper into the lives of the actors who brought Colonel Hogan and his crew to life. Discover the surprising twists that followed their time in Stalag 13. From unexpected career changes to heartwarming charity work, each journey offers a unique glimpse into their post-show adventures. You might even find out about projects that sparked hidden talents and passions, changing their lives in ways never seen on screen. This additional chapter reveals the rich tapestry of stories that unfolded after the final curtain call. Stay with us as we unveil the secrets and surprises that lie beyond the show's comedic facade.
You made a terrible mistake. I had the wrong Leslie Smythe Meadows.
Werner Klemperer is best known for his role as Colonel Wilhelm Klink in the 1965 television series Hogan's Heroes. Klink was a complex character, often portrayed as a bumbling yet cunning commandant of a German POW camp during World War II. Klemperer brought depth to the role, infusing it with humor while navigating the darker aspects of a character steeped in irony. His portrayal was significant because Klemperer was a Jewish refugee who fled Nazi Germany, making his performance laden with personal conflict. After the show ended in 1971, Klemperer faced the challenge of typecasting. He worked in theater and appeared in various television series, but struggled to break away from the Colonel Klink image. Klemperer's life was not without hardship. He lived through the loss of family members during the Holocaust. Additionally, he faced personal battles, including a divorce, and the complexities of maintaining his identity within Hollywood. In later years, Klemperer remained connected to the arts, earning accolades for his work on stage. He continued to act, with notable roles in films and on television. His last role was in the acclaimed series The New Adventures of Old Christine, which aired until 2010. Klemperer passed away in 2000, leaving behind a legacy marked by his talent and the haunting shadows of his past. His story serves as a reminder of the complexities faced by those who survived adversity and thrived in a world that can be both entertaining and cruel.
War, all decadent American artists.
I used to like Marie. Marie.
Gavin MacLeod's portrayal of General Metzger in the 1965 television series Hogan's Heroes presents a complex figure caught between comedic absurdity and the darker implications of war. As a high-ranking officer in a German POW camp, Metzger's character straddles the line of both villain and buffoon, reflecting the show's unique blend of humor amidst its militaristic setting. This role would mark one of the early high points in MacLeod's career, showcasing his ability to deliver performances that were both authoritative and oddly comedic. After Hogan's Heroes ended, MacLeod faced significant challenges. He struggled with alcoholism, a battle he fought silently for years. This hardship cast a shadow over his personal life, leading to moments of deep despair and isolation. Nevertheless, he found solace in his faith later in life, becoming active in church communities and using his experience to help others facing similar battles. He also transitioned into a well-respected role in media, becoming a successful television host and motivational speaker. In recent years, Gavin MacLeod remained largely out of the public eye due to health issues. He passed away in May 21 at the age of 90, leaving behind a legacy of resilience and a career that spanned over 6 decades. His life was marked by both triumphs and struggles, a testament to the complexities of fame and personal battles.
To write, produce, direct, and act.
It is remarkable, isn't it? And then a camera move.
John Banner, known for his role as Sergeant Schultz in the 1965 TV series Hogan's Heroes, portrayed a character that was both comic and tragic. His willingness to feign ignorance of the prisoner's escape plans made him both a likable and pitiable figure in a setting steeped in the horrors of war. Banner's German heritage informed his performance, allowing him to infuse a unique depth into the character. Despite the lightheartedness of the show, it often contrasted sharply with his real-life experiences fleeing Nazi Germany, which added layers to his comedic presence. After Hogan's Heroes ended, Banner faced personal challenges. He struggled with weight issues throughout his life and became increasingly reclusive. In the 1980s, Banner was involved in a serious car accident that left him with lasting injuries. Moreover, he was deeply affected by the death of many co-stars, which left him sorrowful and questioning his own legacy. In his later years, he withdrew significantly from the public eye. Banner's passing in 1973 marked the end of a life haunted by his past and the memories of a world he wanted to escape. As of now, he remains a complex figure in television history, known for a role that carried both laughter and the shadows of a darker reality.
I'll see what can be arranged.
Merci, Colonel.
Merci.
Bob Crane, in his role as Colonel Hogan on the 1965 television series Hogan's Heroes, portrayed a charismatic and cunning leader who used his wit to outsmart the enemy during World War II. The character masked the darker complexities of Crane's own life. After Hogan's Heroes ended in 1971, Crane struggled to depart from his famous role. His attempts to find new work led him to both stage performances and guest spots on various television shows, but none matched the fame he had achieved. In his personal life, Crane faced significant challenges. He experienced a messy divorce, which strained his relationships with his children. Crane was also known for a controversial lifestyle, involving his interest in photography and intimate encounters that sometimes crossed into troubling territory. The shadow of his complicated life deepened when he was found murdered in 1978 in Scottsdale, Arizona, with the circumstances surrounding his death remaining a mystery. The investigation revealed unsettling aspects of his life, including his friendship with John Henry Carpenter, a man who became the prime suspect but was never charged. Today, Bob Crane's life is remembered not just for his television success, but for the dark and tragic implications that haunted him.
Off all right, General?
Yes, Hogan. I have never seen your niece look so happy.
Parley Baer portrayed Colonel Burmeister in the 1965 television series Hogan's Heroes, bringing a distinct presence to the character of a German officer. His role was characterized by a paradoxical mix of authority and unwitting humor, reflecting the absurdity of the wartime setting. Baer's performance added depth to the narrative, with Burmeister often caught between the cunning of Hogan and the ineptitude of his fellow officers. Outside of Hogan's Heroes, Baer had a prolific career in radio and television, featuring in series such as The Twilight Zone and Gunsmoke. However, his life was not without turmoil. He faced personal struggles, including a challenging marriage that ended in divorce. Baer's career was punctuated by periods of financial instability, forcing him to take on voice-over work to sustain his livelihood. In later years, he became reclusive, limiting his public appearances and engaging in charitable work. His final years are shrouded in mystery, with little known about his activities after the late 1990s. He passed away in 2002, leaving a legacy marked by both creativity and complexity.
Fine, I'll get it for you.
I wouldn't ask a prisoner to do something I would not do.
Harold Gould portrayed General von Schlamm in the 1965 series Hogan's Heroes, bringing a distinct blend of seriousness and humor to the role. His character was an inept yet pompous German officer, often caught between the comedic antics of the Allied prisoners and his own misguided authority. This performance showcased Gould's ability to merge both comedy and drama, leaving a lasting impact on viewers. After Hogan's Heroes, Harold Gould transitioned into a diverse career in television and film. He appeared on shows like The Golden Girls, where he played the charming, yet morally ambiguous, character Miles Weber, showing his range as an actor. His film credits included supporting roles in notable projects like The Sting, further solidifying his reputation. Despite his successful career, Gould faced personal challenges. He dealt with a stigma of typecasting in comedy, creating a struggle to be taken seriously as a dramatic actor. His personal life was marked by the tragic death of his first wife, and the complexities of raising a family in the spotlight, which often overshadowed his professional achievements. In more recent years, Harold Gould became less active in the industry. His last credited performance was in the late 2000s, as he gradually retreated from the public eye. While details about his later life remain scarce, his contributions to entertainment and the indelible characters he portrayed endure in the memories of audiences.
But you can assure Reich Marshal Goering, when he comes here on his inspection trip.
Alan Oppenheimer portrayed Colonel Sitzer in the 1965 television series Hogan's Heroes, a character defined by a blend of cunning and loyalty. Sitzer's role was painted in a complex light, often unaware of the comedic scheming around him, yet his attempts at authority offered a darker undertone against the show's lighter premise. Oppenheimer infused the character with a palpable tension, creating a memorable presence during the series run. After the show concluded, Oppenheimer continued to engage in an array of acting roles across film and television, showcasing his versatility. Beyond the screen, his life was marred by personal struggles. He faced challenges with depression, particularly after being typecast in certain roles, feeling trapped within the expectations of the industry. Scandals surrounding Hollywood in the 1970s greatly impacted him, including the pressure to conform to certain public personas. Continued whispers about Oppenheimer's enigmatic private life reveal a man grappling with the shadows of fame and personal identity. Last known information places him in relative obscurity, choosing to reside quietly away from the limelight, allowing the haunting echoes of his past roles to linger without disturbance.
I don't see any young people.
Good night, Albert.
Good night, Gertrude. And as the French say...
As Newkirk in the 1965 television series Hogan's Heroes, Richard Dawson brought a sly charm and wit to the character, making him a favorite among viewers. Newkirk, a resourceful British POW, often used his skills in impersonation and escapology to outsmart the Germans, embodying a blend of humor and cunning in dire circumstances. Despite the show's comedic premise, Dawson faced challenges in his own life during and after its run. He had a tough upbringing, growing up in poverty in Yorkshire and entering the entertainment industry through talent shows. After Hogan's Heroes ended in 1971, Dawson's career saw various shifts. He found renewed fame as a game show host, most notably on Family Feud, where his charismatic presence made him a household name. Yet, the allure of fame came with personal troubles. Dawson's marriages faced turbulence. His first marriage ended in divorce, causing distress. He later married Gretchen Johnson, but there were rumors that suggested underlying issues in their relationship. Tragedy struck in his personal life when he was diagnosed with esophageal cancer in 2012, a battle that ultimately led to his passing in 2012. Dawson remains a complex figure, one known for his talent, but also for a life that carried shadows of personal strife. The latest updates reveal that his legacy continues to be remembered fondly, though his personal battles add a layer of depth to his public persona. His story reflects the duality of success and struggle.
Papers, please.
Kathleen Freeman portrayed Gertrude Linkmeyer in the 1965 television series Hogan's Heroes. Her character, a strong-willed secretary working in a German prison camp, often provided a comedic contrast to the male leads. Freeman's performance was marked by sharp humor and a comedic flair, showcasing her talent in a predominantly male ensemble. Freeman's career spanned decades, marked by diverse roles in film and television. However, her life was not without hardships. She faced personal challenges, including a struggle with weight and body image, which became a public concern. Additionally, Freeman battled with her health later in life, dealing with various chronic conditions that affected her mobility and work. Notably, Freeman experienced a tumultuous period in her life after Hogan's Heroes ended, with relationships that garnered media attention but ultimately were fraught with difficulties. She endured the loss of close friends in the entertainment industry, which weighed heavily on her. The last known information about her reveals a quiet retirement, where she remained out of the public eye, reflecting on her unique place in television history. Freeman passed away in 2001, leaving behind a legacy marked by her humorous contributions and her resilient spirit.
Another coming around. Catherine.
John Hoyt's portrayal of General Brunner in the 1965 series Hogan's Heroes left a significant mark, showcasing his ability to depict authority with a blend of menace and comedic flair. Despite the lighthearted nature of the show, Hoyt's role was layered, revealing the complexities behind a character who often found himself outsmarted by the clever prisoners. His performance contributed to a unique dynamic, allowing him to reflect both the absurdities of war and the human follies that surround it. Off-screen, Hoyt's life was steeped in shadows. Born in 1905, he faced numerous personal hardships, including the tragic loss of his first wife, which deeply affected him. Throughout his career, he encountered controversies, notably being involved in a turbulent marriage that attracted public scrutiny. Hoyt's later years were marked by a decline in major roles, yet he remained active in theater and voice work. His last known public appearance was in the 1980s, where he continued to share his passion for acting. Unfortunately, many details of his later life remain scarce. John Hoyt passed away in 1991, leaving behind a complex legacy both in film and as a human navigating the trials of life.
This is not a style show.
You can say that again.
The next thing I might say is to order you to
Robert Clary portrayed LeBeau in the 1965 TV series Hogan's Heroes, a character marked by sharp wit and charm. Clary, a Holocaust survivor, infused LeBeau with resilience and humor, often using culinary skills and cunning to outsmart the enemy. His portrayal resonated with audiences, showing how creativity can thrive even in dire circumstances. After Hogan's Heroes ended in 1971, Clary faced various challenges. He appeared in several other television shows and films but struggled to shed the typecast of LeBeau. Behind the scenes, Clary dealt with the haunting memories of his past. He lost many family members in Nazi concentration camps. In his later years, Clary became an advocate for Holocaust education, sharing his story to combat ignorance. His life also included personal hardships, including battling cancer. Clary continued to participate in interviews and public events until his passing in 2022. His legacy endures as a reminder of survival and strength.
This genuine...
Nita Talbot's portrayal of Maria in the 1965 series Hogan's Heroes captured the essence of a woman caught between her loyalty to her country and her feelings for the prisoners of war. Maria's character was a blend of beauty, resilience, and intrigue, often navigating complex situations in a comedic yet poignant backdrop. Talbot's performance added depth to a show that, while comedic, often touched on the darker nuances of war and survival. After Hogan's Heroes, Nita Talbot continued to build a diverse career in television and film, appearing in series like The Twilight Zone, and later as a guest star on popular shows such as Matlock and The Golden Girls. Yet, her life was not without its shadows. In the late 1970s, Talbot faced personal struggles, including a high-profile divorce that brought media scrutiny and left her grappling with emotional challenges. In her later years, she stepped back from the spotlight, embracing a quieter life. Details of her more recent activities are scarce, hinting at a preference for privacy. As of the last available information, Talbot remains largely out of the public eye, with few updates about her current endeavors or life.
The boss.
You own the Schatzi Toy Company.
Jawohl.
John Crawford portrayed the role of the first Gestapo man in the 1965 television series Hogan's Heroes. His character was often portrayed as a menacing figure, embodying the darkness of a regime that instilled fear. Crawford's performance was marked by an intensity that lingered, reminding viewers of the underlying horrors of the context in which the show was set. Beyond his role in Hogan's Heroes, Crawford's life was filled with challenges and complexity. He experienced personal hardships, including a tumultuous marriage that ended in divorce. Financial struggles plagued him, especially after his notable television success faded. He faced health issues, which compounded his difficulties. In the wake of scandal, Crawford found himself embroiled in allegations related to substance abuse, culminating in a well-publicized intervention. The last known information about John Crawford remains elusive, as he largely faded from public view following his acting career. Speculation exists regarding his later years, but concrete details are scarce. The shadow of his former roles and the struggles faced in the twilight of his life leave behind a poignant, unresolved narrative.
Don't forget what you have done. I salute you, mon vieux Charles.
I salute you, Hogan.
Arlene Martell portrayed the character of Tiger in the 1965 TV series Hogan's Heroes. Her role was fleshed out as a cunning and alluring figure, embodying a sense of danger that lingered in the air of the camp. Martell's presence brought a sharp edge to the light-hearted series, revealing the complexities of her character amid the comedic backdrop. After Hogan's Heroes, her career continued in television and film, where she guest starred in numerous popular shows including The Twilight Zone and Star Trek. Martell faced various challenges in her life, including personal struggles that went beyond her public persona. She confronted the complexities of her heritage, being born to a Jewish family in New York, and later experiencing the weight of expectations in the entertainment industry. Her personal relationships were often tumultuous, marked by marriages that ended in divorce and rumors that surrounded her. One notable incident was her brief involvement with a well-known actor, which sparked tabloid interest and speculation. In her later years, Martell faded from the spotlight and retreated from public life, leaving her final years shrouded in mystery. She passed away in 2014, yet much of her life post-stardom remains largely unrecorded, with fans left pondering the full extent of her story.
It is mine. I mean, his orders have been changed.
Leon Askin was best known for his role as General Burkhalter on the 1965 TV series Hogan's Heroes. In this character, he embodied the stern but often comical German officer, bringing both authority and a touch of humor to the role. His portrayal became iconic, allowing viewers to see the complexity of a man caught in the absurdities of war. This character remained a significant part of his legacy, showcasing Askin's ability to navigate both comedic and serious moments. After Hogan's Heroes ended, Askin's career continued in theater, film, and television, though he struggled to escape the shadow of Burkhalter. He faced personal hardships, including challenges in finding substantial roles that matched his previous success. Born in Vienna in 1907, Askin fled Europe due to the rise of the Nazis, which left a deep impact on his worldview. His life was marked by a sense of loss and survival, having witnessed the atrocities of war firsthand. Askin also faced health issues later in life and moved from Hollywood in pursuit of more tranquil surroundings. He spent years reflecting on his past experiences and the role of art in healing. He passed away in 2005, leaving behind a legacy that encompassed both his comedic talents and a poignant life story steeped in history. The last known information indicates that he remained engaged in acting and community efforts until his health declined. His memory endures through his performances, reminding audiences of the intricate dance between humor and darkness in human experience.
I want some answers, and I want them now.
What seems to be the problem?
Hogan, does it not seem...
Larry Hovis portrayed Sergeant Andrew Carter in the 1965 TV series Hogan's Heroes. His character was known for his cleverness and expertise in explosives, often providing comic relief in the high-stakes environment of the show. Hovis's portrayal brought a unique blend of humor and tension to the role, making Carter a memorable character. After Hogan's Heroes ended in 1971, Hovis faced challenges in the industry. He struggled to find significant roles and often worked as a guest star. Behind the scenes, his life took dark turns. Hovis dealt with personal demons, including battles with alcoholism, which placed a strain on his relationships and career. His later years were marked by a search for purpose outside acting, leading him to coaching and teaching drama, where he inspired younger generations. In the 1990s, Hovis relocated to Texas, seeking a quieter life. He continued to act occasionally, but remained mostly out of the public eye for decades. Larry Hovis passed away from cancer in 2003 at the age of 67. His legacy as Carter remains, but he left behind a life filled with struggles and triumphs that reflect the complexities of fame and the human experience.
Incidentally, Colonel, how did the boys in Stock...
William Christopher portrayed Father Mulcahy in the 1965 series Hogan's Heroes, a role that added depth with his portrayal of a kind-hearted chaplain amidst a comedic backdrop. Though he was primarily known for this character, Christopher faced personal struggles throughout his life. After Hogan's Heroes ended in 1971, he found it difficult to escape the shadow of Father Mulcahy. While he worked in various television shows and theater productions, the defining role lingered and sometimes confined him to similar character types. Christopher's life was not without hardship. In 2001, he faced the harsh reality of losing his son, whom he described as his greatest joy. This tragic event deeply impacted him. He also struggled with the effects of cancer, which he battled for several years. In his later years, Christopher expressed a desire to explore roles that reflected the complexity of his life, seeking to break from the light-hearted image he was known for. He remained active in the industry until his passing in December 2016, leaving behind a legacy marked by both his celebrated television role and the profound personal challenges he faced. William Christopher's life was a tapestry of comedy, sorrow, and the quest for authenticity.
A very clever ring.
My sympathies to the general staff.
Henry Corden played the role of Antonovich in the 1965 television series Hogan's Heroes, bringing to life a character defined by subtleties and layered complexity. His portrayal added tension and depth to the show's comedic context, showcasing the nuances of wartime dynamics through his performances. Corden's ability to navigate between humor and seriousness in a character shunned by the main cast revealed both his acting talent and the moral ambiguity of the era. After Hogan's Heroes, Corden faced personal challenges that impacted his career. He experienced financial difficulties stemming from medical issues that limited his work. In his later years, he was dealt another blow when he lost his wife, further compounding his hardships. Despite these setbacks, he continued to act, lending his voice to various projects, including notable roles in animated features. In his personal life, Corden was known for his fierce independence and solitude. Toward the end of his life, he was less frequently seen in public, leading to a sense of mystery around him. His last years were marked by a quiet retreat from the limelight, leaving fans wondering about the legacy of a man who had both entertained and intrigued them. The last known details indicate that Corden passed away in 2005, leaving behind a legacy marked by both triumph and struggle.
Night off.
I suppose you're right.
Yeah, and there's going to be a full moon. Perfect night.
As we wrap up our look at Hogan's Heroes, it's hard not to feel a sense of nostalgia for the charm and humor the show brought to audiences in 1965. The series, set in a German POW camp during World War II, cleverly combined comedy with a unique backdrop, showcasing an unforgettable cast that faced various personal challenges in their careers. Bob Crane's life was tragically cut short, while others like Richard Dawson transitioned into successful careers as game show hosts. Each actor left a distinct mark on television history. Did you grow up watching Hogan's Heroes? What moments from the show do you remember most fondly? Whether it was the witty banter between Colonel Hogan and Colonel Klink, or the clever escapades of the prisoners, those memories shape our affection for the series. We invite you to share your stories and fond recollections in the comments below. What did this show mean to you during your childhood? Your experiences are a vital part of the legacy Hogan's Heroes created.
Right. Another rotten thing to charge to the war.